We're back with more adventure sport from the cutting edge. In this show, out on the Blue Briny, cutting sick. Inland onto whitewater rafting for beginners. And high wind, high speed windsurfing. Then we take an ancient Tibetan alpine trail. Big surf and a steady offshore sets the scene for my favourite move, the floater. Truly riding the wave up to its peak and floating down with the break. This is a best-of collection from 2 days competition surfing. They're all contenders, but can you see who's going to take the glory? From starting up or standing up to the turns inside and in front of the break, we've got a lineup of lovely lads cutting sick in gnarly conditions. It quite simply doesn't get any better. This action is an unseasonal southern surf that screams for wetsuits and a workout to keep you warm. We're up at Raglan on the west coast of the North Island of New Zealand. National champs happen here regularly, and with contest conditions like this, it's easy to see why. Enjoy the ride. There's been a lot of talk about this next segment. Maybe too much talk. Definitely a lot too much talk. It's time to get in the boat and paddle the water, fella. We're on the Kaituna River in New Zealand, fast-flowing and turbulent in places, but marked by sizable recovery stretches before a flurry of waterfalls and drops, including the biggest commercially rafted drop in the Southern Hemisphere. Take the Kaituna alone or do it with friends. Here's the morning's first challenge, and over you go. Oh, it's easy. So come on, let's do another one. All still aboard? Everybody's happy. Oh, well, for now, wait until the next lot. So we've warmed up. Let's try the 7-metre tumble Kaituna's famous for. Now that's going to put a bit of tingle in your tummy. We're in for a fall. It's going to be a big tumble. Now watch the last man left holding on. He's going to land flat on his back and not in the water. Ooh, ouch. And when the guide gets a hiding like that, you're better off under the raft or hiding out the back until it's all calmed down. Thank you very much. Now for some basic steering work. Bad back and all, what a pro. Then to nature's own extreme jet spa bath. It comes, of course, with complimentary mouthwash, which some need more than others. So to dry land and the skin rash souvenirs of a happy day. Back into the big water and we're offshore Hawaii. Surf's up, sun's out, and the wind speedo's spinning with excitement. This is a selection of competition, speed and pure passion windsurfing. All done at a rapid rate of knots and all done without a delaying thought of danger. Suck in your breath, sit back and enjoy it. Windsurfing at its most utterly awesome. Tibet, hidden alpine wilderness of ancient trails, a constant lure for travellers and traders for hundreds of years. Arriving at the airport in Tibet was the beginning of a long journey to the summit of a mountain deep in the Himalayas. With alpine climbing, the journey there is the main event. Reaching the summit is just a brief moment of adrenaline rush if you've got any left, and is just the turning point for the next journey back down and the long ride home again. The people you meet and the obstacles you encounter are all part of the challenges a climber expects and looks forward to. The climbers arrive in a small village above 4,000 metres where they meet local Sherpas to assist in the climb ahead. The Sherpas celebrate the arrival of the climbers. For them it means more work and also a time to thank and appease the mountain gods. At high altitude, putting up a tent becomes a major exercise in mental preparation for the more serious decision-making stuff higher up the mountain. Once settled in, the climbers sit it out for several days, sleeping and slowly adjusting to the high altitude. Altitude adjustment is key for survival and is the main obstacle for most climbers to overcome in order to function and achieve peak climbing performance.
Well, it's not much use to it. Quite a nice morning. Beautiful.
The Sherpas also sit it out with amusement, and as this guy demonstrates, a perfect steady hand, even at 4,000 metres above sea level. This client is given the treatment in a decompression chamber, a new tool for the alpine guides and their very expensive clients, who sometimes need all the toys necessary just to get them there safely.
And your ears okay?
The altitude adjustment's over, and this active bunch are ready for the journey ahead. Climbing skills of mountain climbers have varied, from rope skills to deploying all the technical equipment effectively that comes along with climbing. Securing your tent the right way in a strong wind means you won't be waking up in the morning exposed to icy winds. Wind exposure presents as big a danger as dangling off the end of a rope on an icy cliff. Reading the weather patterns and judging when a storm might hit are all part of the deal to achieving a successful climb.
Trust me, right on my right. Do that right.
The climbers have reached 6,500 metres above sea level, and too exhausted to go on, camp here for acclimatisation before the final assault on the summit. So we leave this happy band of travellers here in their alpine tent village until next week's episode, when we take you back to the roof of the world in the Himalayas. Well, that's almost our lot for this show. Let's take a quick peek ahead of what's coming up next time. There's more stuff out on the surf, into the alpine areas for climbing, snowboarding, and more trekking through the Himalayas, and maybe a quick two-wheeled spin onto mountain terrain. We're everywhere. Well, we're done. It's time up. Until next time, see ya.